1928, in the town of Nungarin, which is north of Merredin in Western Australia, the Christian Women's Association built this building that you see behind me. Before the railway line came between Perth and Kalgoorlie, they had these stops as a place to rest, and also it was a place for women to come and, you know, just get together with other women, and like a bit of a support group kind of thing, just for the women in the rural areas. And so this building was originally in Nungarin, a little town a bit further up the road, and but when the railway line came through, they no longer needed it, so it came out to this farm that we're on today, which is called Mangowine Homestead, which we'll have a look around in a moment. And but here's the building behind me. It's pretty original, 1928 Christian Women's Association building, and but just a point of interest. We thought we'd come here and stay for a night and just check it out and see what it's about. Back in 1934 there was a family living at Mangowine Homestead, and they called it Adams family, and they lived here for many years, and but eventually Mum died and Dad died, but the son came back here, and Charlie Adams, and so what he did is he came back here with his family and his children, and they lived here for many years. And in this area they have a well over there, which we'll look at in a minute, and but just in this bit of land that you see behind me, they used to grow all the fruit and vegetables and things there. And in this area back at those times, there were a lot of people travelling past, and people collecting sandalwood, and they used to sell all the fruit and vegetables to the travellers going past, and that's kind of how they made a bit of a living. But we'll go over and have a look at the well and see what the story is behind that. Just a bit of a view of part of the homestead. It's owned by the Shire up this way, and once a year they've got an amphitheatre there, and I think it's a fairly quiet kind of a stop, but they have a trickle of caravanners through and travellers, and once a year they have a bit of a festival here and live music and everything. But we'll go up that way and have a bit of a look and look through the old property. Here we have a picture of Charles Adams' mum and dad, and they were the original people here in the 1800s. But behind this sign's a well that was built in the 1800s, and amazingly it's still full of water today, and it was right near here that they grew their fruit and veggies, so they didn't have to carry the water too far, and which they sold on to travellers and made a bit of a modest income out of it. But check this well out. You know, it's just so old, and yet it still stands the test of time, and it still has water in it today. I don't know how deep it'd be, but I'm sure it'll go down a fair way. But it's quite amazing. On this property at Mangowine they have a walking trail, and as you walk along you can read all the information, and just tells you about the history of the place and the families that lived here, and just life in general at Mangowine Homestead. But we'll just have a bit of a walk forward and see what else we can find. Here is the old bar where the travellers used to come in and have a few beers in the old days. Old fireplace. Let's have a look in here. Looks like a bit of a storage kind of room. Could have been a bedroom in the old days, so I would say. Here we have the old Mangowine original house, fireplace, books. Wow. This is Charles Adams. He was the man that lived here with his family after his parents died. And maybe that was Charles's wife, Mrs. Adams. Little bedroom. Bathtub. One of the old bedrooms, dining room. Well, the old homestead. The old kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, wash house.
Yeah, it's actually still a Gazette of Drama.
Shower in the corner.
And it goes through all the farms now. You got a draft put in. They sent up 2 alcoholics.
Here we have a bit of the old room where they used to process, probably kill a sheep and butcher it. Couple of hams hanging there. Old fly safe up there. Mincer. Yeah, it's very interesting. The original camp ovens. Mincer. Beautiful old floors. They've been here from the 1800s. Imagine the stories and the weary travellers that have trodden on this on these floors and come in here for a meal. This is Jane Adams, the wife of Charles. And it says here, my name is Jane Adams, but everyone calls me Granny. Husband Charles and I came here in 1874 and built this home from local stone and bricks with a roof of rushes over the gimbal poles. Most of our 12 children were born here and 3 generations of Adams lived at Mangowine for nearly 100 years. Some call Mangowine a fine example of early wheatbelt architecture that captures the hardships of life in the 1870s. I just called it home. Visit my home and follow the trail to meet my family and share my joys and sorrows. Visitors have always been welcome at my Mangowine. The kettle might be on, just bang the nearby gong and let someone know you're here.